Hi everyone, it's Nicole. So today I'm going to be doing a speed build of Frett's yard. I actually got Frett a few months ago, honestly like right after the update. I had a villager hunt and I got him, and I ended up not designing his yard for like a good while because I took a hiatus from Animal Crossing for a little bit, and I also didn't really have any ideas for the longest time of what to do with his yard, but I finally had an idea, so I ran with it. Um, so what we're going to be doing is building a dog park because Frett is a dog. How funny of me. Um, I actually just took down a dog park that I had in another part of my island. I didn't really like it as much. It was kind of boxy and it kind of fit weird. So I took it down, but I wanted to still keep the dog park. And that was why I ended up deciding to go with Frett. So I actually was inspired by some stuff that I looked up on Pinterest because I was really, like I said, dry for ideas. And I saw how a lot of people that do like kidcore themes end up doing like one of the Animal Crossing paths, like the dirt paths, and then just putting a ton of codes and stuff on top of it. And I really liked that. So at first I was just gonna do like a little plot in front of Fret's house, and then ended up filling in almost this whole area with dirt. And I just used the light dirt path because I like that one better. So after I did that initial big square, I started filling in all the little like crevices that were in my cliffs. And I did, you can't see it here, but I did end up bringing forward like a little section that was more of like an entryway. And then once I had this filled in, I ended up going around all the corners and rounding them off just because I kind of like that look better than the square edges. While I was editing this video, I really noticed how much Maple and Fret were just up my ass for this whole build, and it was honestly kind of funny. There were some cute moments. I noticed a lot Fret singing in the background, so that was a little bit distracting for me, but that's okay. So now that I had the dirt path all laid out, I finally could start adding my furniture on top. So like a lot of my inspiration, like I said before, was to get a lot of codes on the ground, and I actually just switched out a ton of my codes just for like more cutesy things because I had like more like flowers and I don't know, just like more natural things, and they were kind of boring. So I ended up getting like a lot of like more cartoony, I guess, ground patterns, which you'll see throughout the video. Another thing that I saw on one specific post that really inspired me was they had dirt, but they had a lot of the path like spread out along it, and I kind of liked that, giving it like an overgrown feel. I thought that was cool. So when I actually first recorded this video, my footage froze here and I ended up losing all of the rest of the build, and I had to take it down and completely redo it. So that was fun. I spent like twice the amount of time that I really needed to on this, but that's okay because it made editing a lot easier in the end. So the first thing that I wanted to do was set up a fence. I customized this vertical boards fence in yellow, and I think it's really cute. I think it just gives some depth to Fret's yard. And then I start from the back and kind of move forward. That way I can plan out like everything and make sure that it looks full. With the builds of my villager yards that I've been doing on this island, I kind of like to give them some kind of themed area that ties in, but I also want to give them like a little area of their own. So that was the first thing that I worked on with Frett. I gave him this little like chill seating area that he can sit in. And he's cranky, so he's kind of like an old man to me, so I gave him just a little like, I forget what that one's called, like a plastic chair. I don't know, a lawn chair. That's what it is, a lawn chair. And then on the table, I put just canned coffee because I feel like he is a man that drinks a lot of coffee. I don't know. And I ended up pushing that over a little bit, so it's kind of like hidden behind the tree. I liked that better. I didn't like it just sticking out. And I always like to put like a speaker with a song in an area. I like to really utilize the KK songs. So with this speaker, I just used, I think it was Wandering. Yeah, I used Wandering. And something else that I did not mention was I was really trying to go for like yellow, if you can't tell, because Fred's house is yellow on the roof and he is yellow. So that was like my main inspo here. So once I was done with his little side yard, I moved over to the other side of his house and I wanted to make like a little pool area. I thought that would be cool. So originally I laid down this railroad track to go underneath the pool just so it had like something underneath, and you couldn't really see it when I put it on there. But I liked it anyway, so I just left it. I don't know. I'm kind of crazy and feel like I need to have custom designs everywhere. So then I wanted it to have like a little bit more of like that overgrown feel that I was talking about before. So I went with this 3-piece flower pattern. I love this one. I obsessively use it all over my island. And I started to fill that in just right in front of the pool. And then I decided that I wanted to put some dogs over here. I kind of wanted to have dogs like spread out throughout this area so it wasn't just, all lined up in front of dog houses. I feel like that's such a basic look for a dog park. I wanted it to actually look like they were playing. So I put 2 of them around the pool, and then I also wanted to get like a little water area, so you could like fill your pet's bowl. So I put that little garden faucet and then a bucket next to it. That way you can get water for your dog. Like I mentioned before, I wanted to use a lot of codes on the ground, so I feel like a majority of this build was me putting stuff on the ground. I wanted to make a kind of big overgrown area on the side. That way it kind of looks like the path is creeping out. So I started building that over here. I must say though, I have this blue path currently because it is winter on my island and I have snow. And I don't especially love it in this build. I know once I go to spring and I think the snow melts. Yeah, it melts this month. So I'm going to be changing that path soon anyways. I'm probably going to go for something green. I don't know. So it might change the way this build looks a little bit because I did try to go for primary colors to complement the yellow. So I don't know how it's going to look, but I don't love this path here either. So I don't know. Oh, and one other thing. I just got that Tinky Winky code. If you guys want the creator code for that, let me know. They had all of the Teletubbies, and I had to resist the urge to download them all. I don't know why, I just really love them. But I think Tinky Winky is like the funniest, and he's frowning, so I had to go with him. And I always have this issue whenever I use codes straight from my phone. They always go where I don't want. I mess that up way too much. You'll see that a few other times. I did want to incorporate a few of the dog houses just sporadically around the dog park because I think that's cute and it's a dog themed item, so I knew I had to. So I did throw one like right behind this bench and I put a dog there. I don't know, I guess so it can look like if you sit there, you're hanging out with your pet. One other thing that I actually did for the first time was stunt the tree, as you can see. I did try to do it before, but I ended up messing up and not using the right sapling behind it, so it didn't work. But I did it right this time, and I actually really like how it looks, because I did want more trees in this area, but I didn't want them to cover up what I had built. Oh, this is like a little sidebar. I noticed Maple walked up, and she was just like playing with the puppy plushie that I put at the entrance. I don't know, it was really cute, so I had to zoom in on that for a second. And I was just like doing a little bit more of the path over here. I couldn't stop, but this area I made like really just like specifically just a little pet area. So I put this bowl, I did put another doghouse down, and then I put a toy box. I know that's like probably for children and not for dogs, but I thought it did look like dog toys in there, so I put that down, and of course a puppy plushie. And then I just started filling in all this empty space with some flowers. I used some ground codes, mostly just trying to make it look super full and kind of obnoxious, but in a cute way. And then I wanted to come over and put one more doghouse under this tree. I put another dog there just to kind of fill it out. And then I decided to put a little duck pond underneath, and this was funny. I literally could not get this to go where I wanted it to. It was going everywhere but the other tile, and then I finally got it. And I do have like little duckies to go with the duck pond. Having 4 spaces for a duck pond is probably a little bit extra, but do I care? No. And then I was just filling in the rest of this empty space with more codes. Oh, and I put the zipper toy, because everyone's afraid of Zipper, so you gotta have the Zipper punching bag so you can attack him. Ooh, and that little milk carton code, I just got that one too, and that one I'm super obsessed with. I did have like a spilled juice box for a while, but I was getting really sick of that. So now I just started adding some finishing touches and I was pretty much done. And here's the final look at the build I did for Frett's yard, our new little dog park on Unova. Going into this build, I wasn't entirely sure how it was going to turn out, but I ended up being really happy with everything. It's super colorful, and I like that I have both elements of a dog park and parts where, Frett can kind of chill out. He has his little seating area there, got a little pool there to hang out. And of course, we have this little bench so our villagers can come hang out at the dog park and relax. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I had a lot of fun making this one. I do have a lot more planned for upcoming videos, so if you're interested, make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!